Now with every poor result, J.Robinson's one of those surfers really looking to get his spot back up at the top end of the ladder. Well, Kauli Vaast making a bit of a move here at the moment, and he is scrambling to get himself into position. Being on the forehand, he might be able to just get a drive in here before powering down the line. He's got the speed here. The rookie drives up into this first section. Nice hit off the top there, waiting for the wave to slow down so he can go to work again on the rail, drawing that board through the turn, right back into the pocket. Tidy work here for the 24-year-old. Hammering away at this one. So a reasonable start. We'll get to a replay in a moment, but right now let's check in with the winner of the last heat with True Starling.
There's definitely waves that are better for backhand, and there's definitely waves that are better for forehand. So, I don't know, just trying to find that game and try and learn the wave as fast as I can.
Awesome. Thanks, Kanoa.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Thank you, True. All right, so scores the end for Kauli Vaast. That first ride, Rich, turned out pretty good, 6.17. Let's see what he can do. J.Robinson, he's an absolute monster when it comes to shutting down events and getting himself victories, and he's desperate for a big result here in New Zealand, and he is on his way to a good number here. Great approach, really squaring up nicely, a number of solid turns, and not done with it yet. Whipping that board through a couple of backhand blasts on the inside.
Final one as well, so some good signs there, and this is Jack's opening ride on the backhand. Pivots off the top with the little slide, extends the carve on the second, and now he gets tight in the pocket, really pivots tight and high. Just repetition of backhand slaps down the line. And you can see the different approach between the backhander and the forehand. Jack just getting a little tighter with his turns, a little higher up in the lip. Distribution of weight, beautiful as he drives off the back foot.
Some good variation. Nice mix-up of his approach to the pocket of these waves as Kauli Vaast looks to drop a big second score here. Grinding his board through those calves, getting those tail slides in and kicking out in time to get himself back to the takeoff of priority.
What the judges love to see. Let's have a look at the replay here, nice and high. The opening moments, big open face carve to start off, wraps it all the way around, a quicker snap. So great variety at this point. Little snap to slide. And then again, one of those grinding carves where he gets that tail release.
On the outside now, we've got Kauli Vaast. Both surfers with numbers on the way, and Kauli wasting no time in getting himself onto a fourth ride here. Rips through that front side carve, off the bottom, a more vertical approach into the pocket, and then really flexing on the tail, putting a lot of power into that second to last turn. And he kicks out. So a couple of numbers owed to Kauli Vaast. Still waiting for his first, but nice flurry of set waves. A big match-up and a perfect time for a flurry of rides. Jack doesn't like what he sees down the line here, so he's out of that one.
Looks like Jack is going to show some interest in this wave. One of the biggest waves we've seen all day.
It's a good-looking wall for Robinson, an easy choice with priority. And he just absolutely hammered the opening sections here and continues to just lay down big hooks. Plenty of spray coming off the rail. Got a nice flow. You can see that bump on the face. Tricky to negotiate for the competitors, but Robinson's done well here.
5.9 is what he's after. Let's have a look. The wave stands up. Jack blasts off the top, gets some release off that first turn, so very committed. Judges love that when you take that higher risk manoeuvre at the start of the wave. And down the line here, more of the same. Just a beautiful flow, even though there's all this sort of opposing bump and chatter on the wave face. That
like he loves the feel of that ride. On the outside, Kauli Vaast gets an opportunity to respond. Whips that tail. Again, he's been going to those rail turns and finding a bit of spark, that release out of those moves. But I think he's got to be careful because Jack, with his more square approach and drawing off the bottom, getting his board a bit more vertical.
Your line, Jack, so strong, just able to cut through it. Let's see what happened outside with Kauli Vaast's opening manoeuvre. Just an under the lip cut down. Another little power snap off the top. Ropes that second one, but you can see just that third to fourth carve there was quite strong, but you could just tell the rhythm of that wave wasn't quite there. The lower body compression will hopefully get to one of those in perhaps the next heat.
Good looking set here for the Tahitian. Drives down the line here. This wave opens up. There's some hammer in that turn. Really leaning in on the carve and pushing the board to the point of release. Digs in again, just a little stuck on the rail for a moment, but cleans it up with a couple more hits on the inside. And Vaast is going to try and fight his way back into this heat. And not done with it yet. Hammering away, just really trying to extract everything he can out of this ride, knowing full well Jack Robinson has put him up against the ropes. Well, this wave's really done wonders for him.
What happens here? Let's have a look at it. On the forehand, streaking for speed, low and compressed. A little lip tap down the line. Now he jams it, gets a better angle on that one. This turn here, just so much power and rail engagement. Then he gets a little kind of layback hack into a big carve there. A tiny little catch at the final moment of that rotation. And then he weaves this one all down the line, and we know it stands up again. He gets a couple more snaps through this lower section, but a couple of these turns through the middle here. Look at that.
Wow.
Just full rail commitment. And this one here in particular. So he threw the back arm in. That allowed him to just tighten the pivot arc.
Good number there for them to compare to, and he also got a ride behind Kauli Vaast. Here it is.
Okay, so this is a beautiful turn to start off. Little rock and roll floater down the line. Jack, big extension on the backhand. And he squares up, gets that tail release. So at the moment, he may even be looking to increase his lead, which is going to make this next wave of Cowley's, or this next score, even more important. At the moment, needs the 8.84.
But Jack Robinson found a gem, and we definitely felt like it was going to be better than his 7.5. It wasn't much better, but it was enough to get him back in the lead.
Yeah, what an incredible finish. That was one of those heats where the wave showed up, and so did both the surfers. Hats off to Kauli Vaast. That was an incredible performance.
My goodness, what an emotional roller coaster to the end of that last heat. Jack and I were just having such a good conversation. You saw the wave from Kauli from out the back, and you knew you just had to get a wave and do your thing. The score was coming your way, but I love those moments. They keep you on edge.
Yeah, definitely. I started well. I feel like kind of built, and then I didn't really think too much, and I just seen the set coming. I was like, oh, here we go, and I saw his wave. I was like, okay, it's going to be a really good one, and just got to make sure I'm on one of these sets, so I can answer. And but I wasn't really thinking it all too. I was just doing my normal surfing and trying to put it in the right spot, because kind of the timing out here, I feel like, is the most important. If you get your timing good, then everything else kind of follows. And we talked about that, me and Louie and Bemi and everyone. So it's just believe until the end.
Pretty cool to have a match up with Kauli, where the last time you guys had a pretty big heat, it was for the gold medal match over in the Olympics. But to come back here and knowing that you need a pretty solid result here, and to take down someone who's been so in form in the free surfs, that's the amount of confidence that keeps you on a good roll at these events. Yeah,
for sure. You just have a lot of intention and just doing my thing, doing my surfing. I feel like it's all just clicking in for me, so just try and focus on myself and ride waves. Simple.
Those heats, it's really interesting. We were chatting to JS during it. We were getting the board breakdown, and he was like, it's like picking a favourite child, just having both of you out there. You obviously came over earlier, got to surf with you a couple of times a few months ago. Put in that much time in at a place, in your equipment, it really speaks volumes when you're in a heat as well. Oh,
for sure. Yeah, it helps so much. JS came over with me, and we stayed here together. I mean, it filters down too for the whole team. It benefits everyone, like especially your shaper coming and surfing and seeing the waves. So it's awesome to have that level of dedication from him, and we all are thankful for it.
Well, Jack, we're stoked for you. That was such a good heat. Thank you for entertaining us all. Thanks, guys.